Hi everyone, this is Laura, and today I'd like to share. I don't know why I said that. Of course, it's Laura. You see my sign. I'm so sorry, guys. I am so used to saying that in every video. I no longer have to say that because I have a new sign that my sweetheart Laura, who's Miss Cool Cat 007, has made for me and has blessed me with for my birthday. This is one of my birthday presents. And this is another present I got from a very special, sweet lady, friend of mine. So yeah, these two ladies, I'm telling you, love them. Vicky and Laura, thank you. You are making my videos that much easier. Variety and I thank you. Laura and I thank you. I'm sorry, guys. It's that kind of a day. I don't know what it is. I love the rain, and it's been raining here for 2 days. I guess that just gives me a good excuse not to do anything but craft, but I love the rain. Now, the rain ain't always too great on my bones and my body, but I do love the rain. And I have a project to share. I made a 12 by 12 layout last night. Um, and I'm so proud of myself. And let me share with you real quick why I'm so proud of myself before I get to my layout. About 6 months ago, I had mentioned to several of my YouTube girlfriends, we were all chatting together. We were all having a crop session together. And I told them that I no longer was going to keep things in my stash. And I'm not going to say hoard because I think hoarding is when you buy something or collect something that you have no intentions of using and you don't like to share that stuff. And you can't part without it because you will feel like you will die. No, that is not moi. I am not a hoarder, though I don't think there's anything wrong with if you want to hoard your stuff, go right ahead. But I don't call it that. I call it, I keep it in my stash or in my happy vault. And usually things go in my happy vault. And the reason I call it my happy vault is because I keep it locked away because it makes me happy to look at it. Well, I'm not doing that anymore because I've realized that every year, certain particular companies that I love, for instance, Graphic 45, every year they come out with a spring collection. Every year they come out with a Halloween and fall papers. Every year they come out with school papers. Every year they come out with Christmas papers and summer papers. And I don't know if I buy these papers and keep them in my happy vault, when am I going to use them? And then the vault keeps growing and growing and growing. And then I run out of room in my vault. And then I feel guilty when I buy more stuff because I haven't used the stuff that I have in my vault to begin with. So I'm not doing that anymore. And the other thing I noticed that I was doing was I had these things in my happy vault. Forget I have them in my happy vault. Then I buy some other papers that maybe are not my favorites. They're beautiful. I love them, but not my all-time favorites. And I'll have this beautiful photo of either my grandson or my daughter or my son or my hubby or anyone else for that matter. And instead of using my also special papers, I use my beautiful papers. And I would have liked to use my also special papers, but I forgot they were my happy vault. Yeah, I know. I am talking, I'm giving you a mouthful. I know. So, anyways, the reason I brought that up was because I am very, very proud of myself that I bought the Graphic 45 Secret Garden and I already made a card and now I made a layout that I would like to share with you guys. So, let me move my sign and I'm going to share the paper stack because I do have some subbies out there who are rather new to scrapbooking and may have not seen this or have seen it very briefly or maybe seen it once before, but hey, why not see it again? It's the Graphic 45 Secret Garden, and I love Graphic 45 papers. Above all papers, I love Graphic 45 the best. You want to make Laura's year, yeah, Graphic 45 anything. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous papers. And what I especially love about this collection is they have purple. Finally, some purple. Finally, purple papers. Yeah. So that's the paper collection that I used. And I am so very proud of myself, like I said, because usually I would keep this in the happy vault and not bother to use it. But that was the Laura of the past. Now the Laura of the present is using everything. So this is my layout. This is what I made last night. Let me give you a quick look-see. And then I'll go over what I did to create my layout. So let's start with the top. First, for the background, what I used for this background paper here was the Secret Garden paper. And since there was only text and swirls, I didn't feel it was too busy. And I love this color blue. That's one thing I love about the Graphic 45 papers. Their colors are very muted. And I love that. So on the top here, I decided to run some bling, some nice light pick bling. And this bling was gifted to me by Jackie, who's Scrapping Latina here on YouTube. Thank you, Jackie. And then under that, I used this crochet trim that was gifted to me by Becca, who's Boris Scrapbookera here on YouTube. Thank you, Becca. And I believe she also gifted me the other lace underneath, both this crochet trim and the lace underneath. So yeah, I hot glued, I just, made some layers. First the bling, then first the lace, then the crochet trim, and then the bling. And I just hot glued those all on the top. To that, over here on this side, I found this little vellum quote that I had in my stash. Another thing I have lots of in my stash that I have not utilized in forever. My little book of vellum quotes that I bought when I first started scrapbooking. And it says, "Moms hold little hands now, hearts forever." And what I did was, because the vellum is see-through, I took another piece of paper, pattern paper from that collection, from the Secret Garden pack, and I just put some vellum tape, put the little quote on top, trimmed around it. I added some more of that bling to the top as well as the bottom. And then to the corner of that, I added one of these little wooden veneers, the little butterflies. And this was gifted to me by Louise, who's Mama JT4. Hi, Louise. Thank you. And I also have one of these Prima wood veneers in a clock that I distress with broken china. And then I added this teeny tiny little flower to the center that I've had in my stash. And I know this was gifted to me, guys, but I just can't remember because it was so long ago. See, and that's another reason why I need to use these products, because I didn't write the names on the bags back then, and now I can't remember where the heck I got it. I'm so sorry about that. So, I took this ginormous crochet doily that was gifted to me by Janelle, who's Craft Sponge here on YouTube. Thank you, Janelle. And I distressed it with, again, broken china, worn lipstick, and shabby shutters. And I just kind of rubbed that in all over. Then I took, again, that peachy pink coral cardstock, and I just cut out a doily using my Lifestyle Crafts die. And again, I just distressed it with some gesso, some broken china, and some shabby shutters. And I just added that all over, just smudging it here and smudging it there. Then to the corners, I added some bling and some little teeny tiny flat back pearls. Sorry. And the colors are all purple, pink, the same colors as the paper stack, basically. The greens, the pinks, the blues, the yellows, and the purples. Then I added a piece of this vine ribbon that was gifted to me by my cousin Nuka, who's MBG Crafts on YouTube. Thank you, Nuka. And to this, what I did was I just twirled it in and out. I wanted to give the impression that the vine was growing wildly all over the photo frame, like in and out and around as vines do. Then to the vines, I took a trim that I had recently won in a giveaway, and I cut them into little pieces because they're flowers, and I just glued them onto the vine to make it look like little wildflowers growing out of them, as you can see here. And over here, I added another one of those wood veneers to the vine and the flowers. Over here below, I cut out this die, this Tim Holtz, the birdcage die by Tim Holtz. I cut out on chipboard. The die cut. I'm sorry, my little dog is underneath my table, biting my little toes. I'm trying to talk and concentrate, and she's nipping at me. So, yeah, I cut this out on chipboard. I used my Tim Holtz birdcage die, and then I covered it with gesso. And again, I distressed it with some of that broken china, worn lipstick, and shabby shutters. And then to the top, I added some of that mesh bling that I cut apart. To the little birdie, I added a little half-back pearl on his eye. And then in the back, I covered the bird cage with lots of different colored feathers. And then I just distressed the little wood piece here with tea dye and brushed corduroy. I added some more of the bling on the bottom. And then over here, I have another die cut that I cut out of chipboard. And this is the Tim Holtz weathered clock. And it's in Roman numerals. And again, I gave it that vine treatment. And then besides the vine treatment, I also used this flower trim that I've had in my Happy Vault forever. That was gifted to me by Scrapping Latina, who's Jackie. And I've been having this forever in my stash. This is one of those things that I told you I've never seen it before, and I didn't know when I was going to use it, and I decided, hey, special papers, special trim. Break that sucker out and use it. So I did. To the clock, I painted it and distressed it, gave it the same treatment as the birdcage. I added a little bit more tea dye to the clock and broken china than the birdcage. And then for the background, I just fussy cut one of the papers from the stack, and I just adhered it to the back of the clock. And it's a little girl in the garden. And then over here, I fussy cut a journal spot. This was also one of the papers in the paper collection. So I decided to make it into a journal spot. And I just cut along their lines, and then I just backed that on the same cardstock that I have here, which is a pinkish coralish color from American Crafts. And then another one of these wood veneers that Ms. Louisa gave me, and I added the fruit punch stickles to all the butterflies. And I did leave it natural. I didn't want to color it at all because I wanted it to have almost the same color as the papers, sort of a natural looking color. And then across here, I added some more of that lace trim and some more bling, just to have something to hold that little journal spot down. So guys, this is my layout. I did not put a photo in it yet because this is going to be my Mother's Day layout, and I'm trying to find a really nice photo of me and my two girls. I decided to make one of me and the two girls, and then one of me with the two boys, because I wanted to make one girly and one boyish. So I don't know what I'm going to use for the boyish one, but that'll be coming up soon. Probably not by Mother's Day, but soon enough. So thank you all for watching. I hope you liked the layout, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And leave a comment. Have a blessed day. Talk to you soon. Bye now.